Hey guys, welcome back to Building Caen Week 6. I just want to start this off by saying thank you guys for all the support last week. We hit that like goal like it was nothing, and the comments and the support that you guys gave me on Instagram and just the comments of the video was awesome. This episode we're going to try and get a little bit more of that groundwork done, and then I also designed a new tree and I start off a new building. Alright, so I got some orders in from Bricklink. I just want to go over them really quickly. It's mostly just a bunch of foundational pieces. So these 16 by 16 Technic bricks with all the holes in the side, which I'm using to support a lot of the weight of my buildings and everything. I got an additional 35 of those, so I have a whole tower of them. And then for the front sections of base plates, I just got some assorted 16 by 16 plates to just give some foundation for a lot of the plates I already have in green, brown, and dark tan, etc. I also got some orders in from Germany, which had these parts right here. This is 35 reddish brown flex tubes, which are really going to be upping the tree game this year for the build. Also got a couple of these 30km/h road signs, some of these reddish brown whip elements, and then some of these cables as well in reddish brown. These are also going to be going towards trees. Alright guys, so we got a ton of that groundwork covered up, used all of the base plates that I got in the mail, and we're just still waiting on 4 more in a package that should be coming here in the next couple of days. And then also right here, you saw me using this a couple of times. This is my basically like road plates. It's just going to be 8 studs wide for the sidewalk with a 1x2 on the far edge closest to the buildings, 3 layers of 2x2s, and then an ingot piece on the end, and that's also going to have the cobblestone roads in there. So just using this to measure out how high everything needed to be and how many plates tall, whatnot. But after getting all the final measurements in and everything, I'm very, very excited to get started on getting groundwork in so we can start putting buildings into place, working on plants and everything. But until then, I still have to wait on about 600 or so 2x2 tiles in light bluish gray so I can mark out the main eating area, which is going to be going right here. And then I think for now, I'm going to start designing the tree. That's going to be the focal point right there. Hey guys, so I finished designing the tree for the dining area in the center of the build, and I just wanted to show off my tree from last year to show the difference. So last year's design was basically just a long flex tube running up the length of the tree with some Travis bricks with plates and rails making up the trunk. And then if I pick this up, you can see inside it's just some reddish brown robot arms and some bicycle handles holding on to these really. It looks really good, it fills out very nicely, but it just didn't have that level of detail that I wanted anymore. So I present to you guys take 2 on a tree. So this one is considerably larger, a little bit taller, but it mostly just takes up a wider footprint overall with the branches and the foliage. I'm very happy with how not only the shape of the tree turned out, but the shade and the shadow that it casts down below it. It's a little bit hard to see right now just because of all the black that we have right now. But yeah, let me pick up the camera and we can get right into how I built this. Alright, so the basic structure of the trunk of the tree is just some reddish brown 2x2 round bricks with some Technic axles and some of these reddish brown connectors, different shapes, different angles, and then they also connect through to dinosaur tail pieces, and the entire thing is wrapped around by whip pieces and those cables that I showed off earlier. The actual foliage is made up of, I think, somewhere near like 100 of these assemblies. It's just the 6-stemmed flower plant pieces with green flowers on top of them, and then I put some bright green leaves on top of that. And then I just stuck those on the top side and the underside of those larger 5x6 elements. And it gives off this really nice, dense looking tree. So the entire thing, pretty full up all the way around. There's also some areas where there's stretched out whips to simulate branches coming off and spindling into other sections. So there were a couple different faces that we have for this. So we have this one, which is a lot more full, but you can still peek in and see some of those branches. But I personally like this side the most, just because you can see branches further back down low, you can see them in the foreground, right at the top, and I think right in between where these 2 buildings are. There's gonna be that secondary building right there as well. I think it'll look really well. Hey guys, so I stayed up quite late last night just working on this building. This is a new building. It is similar to the first building that we had, but this is just going to be the one that's going to be kind of the other shape of that L that's going to be tucking in that tree. So it's entirely comprised of 1x2 plates in mostly dark orange, but a few dark tan ones slipped in here as well. I have no idea how many there are, but it completely emptied my bin. So I still have a few things to finish up on this building, like these triangle sections. It's the exact same shape as the dark red roof, excuse me. I just need to build that and find an attachment point inside since the window designs are different. I also need to get details on the roof, like chimneys or dormer windows, whatever. But I was also able to get gutters on this building as well, and I really like this new shutter design that I tried out. Instead of having the shutters like inset into the building, I had them jutting out. So the open ones you can clearly see are just some 1x4 tiles, but then the ones that are sticking out are these fluted elements with a little hinge to simulate that little handle. These are all pushed out just by half a stud, so it almost perfectly lines up with the depth that the tile is giving off. This is going to be the side facing in towards the tree. I just thought it was nice, sweet, simple. I'm thinking maybe 2 dormer windows on either side of the roof. And then this is going to be the street side that's going to be facing in on that big block of windows big block of buildings that we built last week. Alright, and then here's the internal structure of that new building. The roof is pretty simple, it's just plates and tiles at the moment with some mixile joints holding everything together. The entire inside of this is just a mess. The doors take up a lot of the depth of it. Windows don't come too far back on this building, which I'm pretty happy with. They only come back a stud and a half at the widest. But yeah, it's a lot of snot in here, and you can see where a lot of these 1x2 dark orange plates just wouldn't fit in, so I had to put them in as a 1x1 filler. But yeah, overall very happy with how this building turned out. Looks very nice. Alright guys, we got that building and that tree all set into place, and my eyes say it is looking awesome right there. Really starting to see that whole scene start to take shape. If we take a step back here, we can really see a lot more of that height coming into play. All we gotta do is get some more buildings in this back line here to really fill it out and put some more height. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure to like or dislike and let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.